Hello, my name is James, and I am a person in recovery. This is my channel, Sober James, for anyone seeking relief from the disease of addiction or a loved one being caught up in the disease of addiction. Man, life be lifing. Life has been lifing for me recently, and I want to talk about the benefits and the magic. I'm not even 60 seconds in, and I'm already talking about magic. Not that I like magic, but there is some kind of magic thing that happens when you let go and let God, which is essentially the third step of Alcoholics Anonymous. Hi, I'm James. Let me start over. What's up? Are you sick of doing drugs? Are you sick of being drunk at parties, weddings, funerals, and you go ahead and fill in the blank. I can't even finish jokes yet. But tonight I want to talk about the third step of AA and how it works in my life, how it's been working in y'all's lives, Yun's lives if you're from Pennsylvania, you guys' lives if you're from New York, and y'all's lives if you're from South Kakalaki. What's up, Mindsci? How's things? Magic is baked into this cake. That's a good way of saying it. I felt kind of fruity, if you will, talking about magic a minute ago, but it really seems like magic because it's a power greater than myself, and that means I have never experienced some of this stuff before. The promises manifesting. I want to hear what you guys have to say about it, and I'll try to articulate how it's been working in my life. As you know, as you may know, I'm a year and a half away from my last drink, and that means all deadly drugs too, Percocets, all of that. I'm also coming off of Prozac, and it's been a year and a half. Time isn't the ultimate metric, in my opinion, but it does serve its purposes and practicalities. Meaning it's a scope of view of when I was crashing. What's up, BJ? You haven't heard. I don't know if I've talked to you yet, but I got a job at a recovery center, a detox center, and I'm working there now, and I'm working very part-time at the post office. I don't know if I got to tell you that yet. It's happened just this week. So life is life, and I'm happy as a clam, and it's new. This is a new plateau for me. This is my days for about 7 days have been a new plateau of the promises coming true, seeing the returns of giving my will and my life to the care of God as I understand Him, as much as I can when I remember to do so or I remember to practice. That's the kind of stuff that's happening. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, thank you, BJ. I know post office work is touted to be, but it wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. But yeah. Hey, Lynn B. Stank on ya. What's happening? BJ, good to see you as well. Glenn M. and Mindsci in the house. The third step of the 12-step programs is we made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood Him. I had to find a God of my understanding a year and a half ago. I had to do it. All my stubbornness, all of that shit had to go out the window, and I had to open my mind to something, and I don't even know what it is, but I do have a God of my understanding that has been growing, expanding for a year and a half now. And in the third step, we practice the principles in all of our affairs. So I practice giving my will and my life over to the care of God as I understand that. What does that mean? To me, it means when I'm worrying about something and I am just clawing into it and I'm just trying to manipulate it, the outcome of that thing I'm trying to manipulate, and I'm worried about the outcome in the future. And it'll gnaw at you all day or all week sometimes, whatever the thing is. And giving it to God, I never understood what they meant by that. I was like, who's God and what does giving it to him mean? And but now I know through working the 12 steps, I having had a spiritual awakening, I guess, I know now that it means, for me, it means letting go of everything in that moment, everything you're worrying about. And I start practicing things like, what if I wasn't even here laying on this bed? This world would still be around me. This is not happening to me. It's just happening, and I am experiencing it because I am a sentient being in life and time and space. Is that simple enough for you? No, it's complicated because I'm a complicated person, and all of we alcoholics and people are complicated. What's up, NSA? Remind me your name, NSA. Is God? I think is it Susan? Stank on you. Well, yeah. So the third step is we made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood him. I've been in AA for 17 years or whatever. Started going to AA 17 years ago. And I've heard that for 17 years. And I had to be open-minded and willing to be even more open-minded before it actually started working for me. And how it works for me today is God's will be done. I have no control over this world. This world is with and without me. With or without me. The world is, I'm just in it right now. I don't have much control over the outcome of all of this stuff. And what that's been doing for me is it's the ultimate anti-anxiety. Like many of you, I have worked with prescribers, mental health prescribers, and we've tried everything from Prozac to Cymbalta, to Wellbutrin, to like all that shit, and for anxiety and depression. But as Glenn is saying, giving in that moment, if you are able to just let go of what you think you're controlling and the future outcome that you're manipulating everything, if you can just let go and just say, God's will be done, I'm sure you'll handle it because you're the creator of the universe. I'm sure you can handle it. If that's a God of your understanding, or if your God of understanding is karma, all you need to do is the next right thing and forget about the results. That could be a God of your understanding. That's what's so cool about AA. They're like, we don't care who your God is. Just basically, as long as it's not you. They don't care either way, but if you want the program to, like, if you want the promises to come through, like, I'm just going to tell y'all straight up, I went to AA to stop drinking, and when I discovered the potential and the promises and what it does to a person's life, I wanted those promises greedily because I started seeing some of them work in my life. Fear of economic insecurity and people, your fear of economic insecurity and people will leave you. That is one of the promises of working the 12 steps. You know what I mean? And I wanted that. And I don't have any fear of economic insecurity right now, today and yesterday. And I took a pay cut to go from the Postal Service to addiction recovery is a pay cut. I'm $2 pay cut. And I'm like, whatever. I have no fear of economic insecurity. I just want to be happy in my life on a day-to-day basis, be able to help others and be myself. And just the fact that that God has potentially made that happen after I let go. Here's the other thing. When I got that peer support specialist certification, you know what I'm saying? I put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. When I got that certification, I started applying for jobs, and a week went by and I didn't get a job or so much as an interview. And I was basically just like my disease wants what it wants now. And I wanted a job. Within a week, I was like highly discouraged. And that just proved to me that part of the disease of being a human being, I think, but especially of being an alcoholic human being, part of the disease is insistence, entitlement. Things have to work out on my terms, my way, on my time. If I don't get a job in this first week, all hell's going to break loose. I'm going to drink is like the super ultimate end of that story. Hey, girl. Shit. Yeah, if they paid me, the post office pay would be all right, but they have a way of not paying a person for the hours that they're working. Glenn M. This is so cool that you're in the field now. F the money. You're richer than money. That's what I'm talking about, brother. And my fear of economic insecurity ain't around. I'm like, I'm ready to go full farmer's dog diet for my dogs. You know what I mean? Because I just know, I just feel good. And it was God's doing, because I don't know if 2 months went by, but I think it's been about a month and a half since I got the certificate. And I was like getting all in my head. My disease of alcoholism, you could call it, straight up, because it matches all the criteria, was, saying, oh shit, the liquor store's closed. When I didn't get the job, that was my closed liquor store. You know what I mean? Getting the certificate was driving to the liquor store and fucking going through all the process, and then not getting the liquor. You know how pissed you'd be when you don't get your liquor? You thought the store was open. You're like, oh shit, I forgot. It's Sunday. Oh shit, I forgot. It's February. Oh shit, I forgot. It's fucking 1999. It goes deep, friends. And enemies. And frenemies. But working the third step is essentially letting go and letting God. My will be done. I want this job and I want it within a week. It's not happening. Well, fuck the world. That's James's way as an alcoholic. Living like that, man. I know, they're the worst. Hey, it's Noah. James Horn, what up? Drone Dixie Highway drunk terrorist. What is going on in James Horn's world? What's up, Noah? Thanks for dropping by. I did go back to, bro, I've been back and forth on vaping. I'll go a month without it and then a week on it, and then Usually I get the headache or I don't feel like going to, well, you know the deal, bro. It's addiction. I'm back on vaping, you know what I mean? But I'm living healthy. Actually, since I bought the vape 2 days ago, uh, I skipped a workout. So just goes to show you, I suppose. How you been, Noah? Noah, today we're talking about. I'm just relating, sharing my experience with the benefits of working step three on a daily basis, is as much as I can, which is essentially letting go and letting God. Don't worry about it. This has been said by poets through the ages. Don't worry, be happy. That's a way of saying let go. Terrible. Yeah, it is terrible. You haven't been going to people meetings or Zoom meetings? You're going to meetings. That's good, man. I just got back from a meeting. I went to a meeting earlier today. I went to 2 meetings today. Not to one up you, I'm just saying. Uh, I feel you. I go to meetings, and it's not. Sometimes I want to go to a meeting. Sometimes I don't. And those are the only 2 times you should go to a meeting. Is when you want to and when you don't. Yeah, I've been smoking. I'll bum a cigarette here and there. Bogus stove. You know what I mean? Bag of fag if you're over in the UK. You can bag a fag. You spare a fag, mate. I mean, no offense. I think that's what they call them over there. Or did in the, 70s, 80s, 90s. I don't know. 50-50? Yeah. Good for you, bro. Fucking A, dude. And smoke your weed. Just don't fucking drink. Or be snorting shit from behind the dresser. You know what I mean? Or be slamming shit, huffing shit. Don't be doing that shit. Rubbing it on your teeth and shit. Boofing it. Don't be boofing shit. Rubbing shit on your teeth. Smoke your weed. Smoke your weed. Recover gently. Cannabis can be a medicine. So can alcohol. However, when we abuse it or when it becomes our life, the textbook definition of addiction is when the consequences of your compulsive behavior begin to outweigh the benefits. So you've heard drunks say it stopped being fun. Well, that's because the consequences started to outweigh the benefits. Yeah. We called them Stogs in my hometown of Schenectady, New York, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? 518 in this bitch. I mean, bogus Stog, bro. Nicotine is a vice that comes in and out of my life, you know, and fuck it. Just don't drink. Just don't slam it, snort it, boof it, rub it on your teeth, put it in your eyelids like that Key and Peele skit. Funt. Is this my first vape? Yeah, bro, I remember my first vape. No, I just I'll go months without it, and then I'll for some I'll hit, I don't know, maybe a real stressful day where my addiction is relapsing. There it is right there, the disease of addiction, all summed up into the word addiction, is relapsing in my head. I'm restless, irritable, discontent. You know what I mean? Oh, NSA, I missed your name if you listed it. I don't want to call you NSA or God. I'll call you God. I mean, so I was thinking about this higher power thing, but I can't remember anything of what I was thinking of. So, wah wah. Natalie, Natalie, NSA, Natalie. Okay, cool. You look really cute in your Eskimo gear, Natalie. I only can see small pictures of you guys. Lynn B, I think you have a picture of a smart car. Very small thumb, like pinky nail sized uh, icons. Iconic bing bongs. Here's my face. Um, I've had it all my life, give or take. Oh, cool. Yeah. First time I ever saw a smart car, I'm 6'5", like freakishly tall over here. So I can loom over it. I can basically give that car a hug. First time I saw one, and there was a bunch of them over in Naples, Italy. Sigma Schwab, aka Noah, says, honestly, I don't care to die from addiction. I'm afraid to die and hurt others from addiction. That's what I've learned. That's what brought me back from my last relapse. One of the big things was, who's going to cover my girl up, my dog? Who's going to cover her up with her blanket at night? She likes to sleep under a blanket. Who's gonna boil their eggs and give them half an egg every morning and every evening? Who knows that they love bullies? Who are they gonna go to? That's what brought me. One of those is that is one of the main things that brought me back from this a year and a half ago, Sigma. So you're a human being. You have empathy. You have sympathy, compassion. That's a good thing. If that brings you back, if that brings you to recovery, if that brings you to recover, let it. That's what I say. I don't think anybody would disagree with what I say, ever. Hey, there's hashtag Holly Ford. Oh, have we been paranoid? No, I don't think anybody in this room's ever been paranoid, Miss hashtag Holly Ford. You're alone on that one. I'm just kidding. That's oh, you know what would be a good thing for you to look up right now is a Norm Macdonald skit where he tells the news, but he'll tell news, he'll be like, well, the Belgians came out with a 12-foot shoe today, leather bound and wood, telling a real headline, but then he'll turn to another camera and just be like, or so that's what the Germans would have us believe. And then and he would stare at the camera. And, he was Norm Macdonald, and I'm not Norm Macdonald. I'm just saying that is something that you could benefit from watching. Hashtag Holly says she's paranoid. It all is full circle. Never been paranoid. Very alone. Yeah, I heard a comedian say he likes a smart car. He just has a too vivid of imagination and imagines a soccer ball on a highway. I don't know if he said it like that, or maybe he did. I don't know. It's true. I do dream of in any case. Hey, what's up, Antonio? What's good? How's life? You know why I'm obsessed with your smart car? Is because it gets 60 7 miles per gallon, probably. Actually, that statistic is like 10 years old. You guys probably have e-smart cars, totally bottom heavy with the batteries, like a little roller skate out there on I-85 at 90 miles an hour. I don't know. I don't know if I could do that. Well, my head would be sticking out the top, I think. But, maybe it's God's plan. Remember Drake? Remember that song Drake, God's Plan? Holly, we need to get you over here and be the DJ. So I could just be like, Holly, spin that track. And it'd be like, God's Plan. What was it? How did that go? Damn. I mean, where did God's plan go? You know what I mean? Oh, really, Richard? Oh, dude, I got to read the book. So you like his audiobook. So maybe I should he narrates it too. I think I heard a clip of it I went down a Norm Macdonald foxhole, a rabbit hole or whatever kind of hole, a Norm Macdonald hole, this past month and watched all kinds of documentaries. First thing I noticed is these YouTubers out here, pretty good documentarians. Just guys like you and me. No girls though, women. Just guys like you and me, but no women. No, women obviously too, out there killing it on YouTube. Excellent documentaries. Everything you need to know about Norm Macdonald. Fucking A, man. Norm Macdonald's turned my life around. Dude had cancer for 10 years and only a handful of people knew it. Then he died of said cancer. And he was doing dead jokes the whole time. Nobody fucking knew it. That's just one of many things I find remarkable about the man. But yeah, Norm Macdonald, Stephen King. We have Richard Bachman in the house. What song are we talking about, Antonio? I forgot. The mileage isn't that great for how small you get 30 to 35 miles a gallon. It takes premium. What? Oh, you got one of them fucking Fluffy cars. Remember Fluffy? What was his name? He was a large Latino stand-up comedian, and he talks about being down in Mexico and pimping out his smart car or something. Oh, God's Plan, yeah. Oh, thank you for remembering. Thank you. I gotta fucking put that on my liked playlist right now because I took it off because I played it out. But where did it go? No one's bumping it. It was bumping like every grocery store. It was bumping like people would be bumping them in the Jeeps. And then it just disappeared. I even forgot about it just now. It's got a weird... And ain't that the way with God's plan is that we forget. We forget that he's running shit. We're not. And that's what drives us crazy. Any problem we have right now, that working step 3 on it, God will take care of it. God, take care of this shit. I am fed up with this right now. I have exhausted my resources. God's will be done. And then I go to sleep. If I can stay that. It takes practice, but yeah, I almost forgot to put God's Plan on again. Let me get this Mamma Jamma on here. I could play it into the microphone or the desktop. Let me know if you can't hear it. You can't hear it, can you? Keep it peaceful as a struggle for me. Don't pull up at 6 a.m. to cuddle with me. You know how I like it when you loving on me. I don't want for them to miss me. Yes, I see the things that they wishing on me. Hope I got God's plan. God's plan. Yeah. Hey. What? Hey. 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 What? Yeah. Yeah. A lot of bad things and you wish 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 on me. There's a lot of bad things that they wish and they wish and they wish and they wish and they wish on me. Yeah. She say, do you love me? I tell her only partly. I only love my bed and my mom. I'm sorry. Bring the crashers to the party. And you know me. Turn the 02 into the 03. Oh. Oh, we go. I guess we go. God's plan. God's plan. Can do this on my own. Someone watching this shit close. Close. That means some Scarlet Road. Might go down to G.O.D. Yeah. Go hard on Southside G. Hey. I make sure that Northside E. Yeah. It's still. Things. There's a lot of bad things that you wish and you wish and you wish and you wish and you wish on me. Is anybody else like this? You don't really like listening to music if it's not on a good system. Like this song bumps in my truck. Like you can hear all kinds of lows that you don't hear anywhere else, and you can feel them. Is anybody else like that? Like I can't play Cypress Hill on a fucking old tape recorder with no speaker. I gotta play it. It's got a bump. It's got to have like some technology enhancing its intended use was to bump it and bang it to the curb. Or at least that's what the Germans would have you believe. I don't know. Could you guys hear that? Or was I just zoning out and looking like a zombie with no sound? I like Drake. I've whatever. I don't have a poster of him above my bed or anything, but I do like Drake. I think he's a good musician. Or was. I don't know what he's doing now. Does anybody know what's going on with the Puffy Combs thing? I don't watch the news. I don't allow it in my house. It doesn't cross the threshold. Oh, you got a poster of Marilyn Manson. Rock the fuck on, Lynn B. All right, so I got a Drake poster. I really do have a Drake poster on my wall. Like, that'd be the funniest fucking outcome. I would actually, that would be the last video of the channel, and that would be, you'd never hear from me again. It'd be like, here's my Drake fucking poster. Here's my Drake fucking shrine. I love Drake. And that'll be the last video, and you'll be like, remember that Sober James channel where he went for like 7 years talking about sobriety, but then his last video, he gave him a tour of his bedroom and there was Drake paraphernalia all over the place? That was the weirdest channel. Yeah, that would be funny. It just pans over to the Drake corner. Antonio, you're hired. So obviously this channel has a lot of potential that isn't tapped by my ADHD / busy ass. but I have always wanted to, you know, anybody else with ADHD out there? Because I have so many things that I've always wanted to do. Does anybody else have so many things that they've always wanted to do? And in your wisdom of your years with ADHD, you just know you're never going to do them. I just know I'm never going to. I'm like, I would love to make a fucking, channel where there's a couple people working on it, like me, Antonio, Holly, Mind's Eye, Lynn B, you know what I mean? And we all make this channel and fucking, we could write that skit where I have a Drake shrine, but it's never explained. I could never talk about it as long as the channel's existence, which is going to go on a decade here. Pretty soon, pretty soon. You guys are fun. I am grateful for you, all of y'all. I mean, shit, we are acquainted, which is pretty cool. I had a guy come up to me today, like an hour ago, and say, "Hey, I heard you got a YouTube channel, and I checked it out. It's pretty neat." And this is, he's like a surgeon. I think he's a surgeon. He's still wearing his scrubs, just coming to practice the AA way of life, He's like, "I saw your channel. I thought it was pretty neat." I'm like, "Thanks, dude. I think it's pretty neat too." Antonio, it's making finishing my degree hard as AF. What's going on with your degree, Antonio? What's up, Tramiel? I've been on cloud 9, bro. Pink cloud all the way. I think it's life. I'm just dealing with it as a recovering addict and alcoholic. It's a ton of emotion and a ton of awesomeness and goodness and spirituality, and the promises are coming true. I'm working now at a recovery center. It's only been a week. It came out of God's field. Came out of God's field. Almost none of my doing. And I'm working there now, and my life is flipped. And just a couple weeks ago, I was probably throwing a tantrum that I didn't have a job in recovery yet, and blah, 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 my way. And it didn't even come from anything that I did, really. It was a guy from AA took my resume, and it was skimbly bims, skimbly booms. You know what I'm saying? I'm the most employed man in the rooms. I got 2 W-2 jobs right now. Part-time at the Postal Service as a mail carrier, and part-time as a certified peer support specialist. Which I have an alarm set. I think I'm living life. Another thing that's been occurring is my sexuality got turned not just back on, but all the way up. I'm around a year and a half away from my last drink. Pretty much meetings every day has been my recovery story. AA meetings every day. And I don't know if God reached down and turned my everything back on. Yes, you heard it right, and you heard it here first. God reached down and turned James on. Yes, with one flick of his mighty finger, God turned me back on, baby. I mean, it really feels that way, but that's not appropriate. We're not here to talk about sex, baby. We're not here to talk about you and me. We're not here to talk about all the good things and all the bad things that may be. And we're just not here to talk about sex, baby. So I've been having great days, but it's been getting scary because they are so great that it's a new plateau. I've never been here in my life. I've never had these feelings. I've never had these good things manifest in such a good way from doing the next good, right thing for one day at a time for the past, 400 and some days or whatever. Tramiel says, beautiful, congratulations, new job, thank you. Big AA picnic this weekend, cooking for 20 months sober, bro, hell yeah. And you're doing that service work. I'm even happier to hear about that. Oh, that's cool, man. That's cool. Antonio, yeah, I knew you'd get, I know. And it was salt and pepper. I think everybody got the salt and pepper. Salt and pepper's here. Salt and pepper's here. And we're in effect. Salt and pepper. Hey Siri, show me salt and pepper's here lyrics. All right, let me see this motherfucker. Push it. I don't even know why I searched for it on fucking Google. I am a human beatbox. Here we go. Ooh, baby, baby. Baby, baby. Ooh, baby, baby. Baby, baby. Get up on this. Ah, push it. Ah, push it. Ah, push it. Ha, get up on this. Ah, push it. Get up on this. It goes on to say, oh, baby, salt and pepper's here. Salt and pepper's here. Salt and pepper's here. Salt and pepper's here. Wait a second. It then goes on to say, now wait a minute, y'all. This dance ain't for everybody. Only the sexy people. So all you fly mothers, get out there and dance. Dance, I said. Verse 1. Salt and pepper's here, and we're in effect. Want you to push it, babe. Cooling by day, then at night working up a sweat. Come on, girls, let's go. Show the guys that we know how to become number one in a hot party show. Salt and pepper's here. Let's read on. Now push it. Ooh, baby, baby. Ooh, baby, baby. Ooh, baby, baby. Push it. Verse 2. Yo, 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 baby pop. Yeah, you. Come here. Give me a kiss. Better make it fast or else I'm gonna get pissed. Can't you hear the music pumping hard like I wish you would? Now push it. Push it good. Push it real good. But push it good. Get up on this. Boy, you really got me going. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Push it. Push it real good. Boy, you really got me going. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Ah, push it. Ah, push it. Push, 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 push it. Push, 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 push it. The interpretation is to be interpreted. I'm just fucking around. Did that sound good? It probably sounds like shit, actually. Yeah, so that was Salt and Pepper with Push It. They're in effect. Yeah, so I've been letting go and letting God. That allows me to be myself and relax. Do you know how much of a relief that is to anyone out there that also suffers from anxiety? The potential behind letting go of my doings, my will, myself. Just let go of myself and just, pay attention to others or something. Nature, art, others, just not me. I heard someone in a meeting say, the less me I think about, the better my days are. The less I think about, the less myself I involve. I watched a movie one time and I was on mushrooms. But mushrooms have a way of opening your mind in a way that it disconnects old neural pathways and all that jargon. So you have a way of perceiving things differently. Well, I watched a movie one time. I think it was Saving Private Ryan on mushrooms. I think it was 6 grams. And I had a way of looking at it that didn't involve me. I didn't relate myself to any of it. I just watched the movie for what it was, like without any of my opinions or anything like that. I guess it would be called like objective. What's up, Brian? Vince P. What's happening? Mike Tucker, Revenant. Is that where the guy Leonardo DiCaprio gets eaten by the one word more could be a spoiler. I could have dropped a spoiler just then if I said one word more. Gets eaten by the. That would have been a spoiler, wouldn't it? But then again, that's life, full of spoilers. I think, that's been the theme of this part of my recovery is letting go of the effects of just do the next right thing and forget about the results. And it does more than I could have ever anticipated. Mauling is involved. There was some mauling involved in that movie. It wasn't pleasant. I didn't like it. Phil, there was a lot of mauling involved. Does anybody have any relatives that sound like that? Does anybody want to call in? We can call in for the last 10 minutes. Oh, I forgot. I don't like talking on the phone. Just kidding. That's not the reason I don't do it. It's because the number is lost. It's a Google number and bing bong booms. You can answer my question on trusting God's will. Oh, so Ryan, I have no doubt you'd call in. Let's call in, Ryan. I want to talk to you. Let me see here. The nerd stuff. First, I got to open this. Then I got to go here. Skimble boom boom. Boom doom boom. Okay, and then copy this. And I'm going to bing bong booms. Wait. Yeah, here. Here, Ryan. I'm going to paste the phone number in the chat box where you can readily access it and its many benefits. Chat box. Oh, you're not drinking. Oh, that's even better, dude. All right, there it is. Hold on, let me turn it on. That's what she said. That is what she said. That's what she said. Why do I constantly feel like I'm going to pass out when I stand up? Miss Ford asks. Is there any doctors in the house? Doctor? 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 Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, okay. All right, hold on. Let me stop fucking around, man. All right, Ryan, ready? 1, 2, 3, call in. And go. Hey, I knew it. How'd I knew it? All right, so let me see. Call from Bing Bong Booms.
Call from.
Not a hot boy.
Hello, this is Sober James.
Hello, James. I'm here. I have a lot of questions, man. I'm real pissed off. When I hear you talking about trust, I wanted to tell you my point of view on it, if you don't mind.
All right. Trust, faith. Is that what we're talking here?
Yeah, so like, first of all, we're mind wiped. We have no clue how we've gotten here. Life is inherently not perfect. And a lot of bad, even if you weren't the one who caused it, which a lot of times you do. But, but you're saying, okay, like what I wrote before, it wasn't printing it out there, but like, what if you got cancer, okay? And then you got COPD, and then you got burned alive. How are you going to trust him even after that? Like, I get where a lot of people say, oh, well, he's enriching your spirit. You have to know good. But I don't care. You don't know. I don't know that. And therefore, I have a problem trusting him. And I look at people who just trust him like that. Like, you don't have enough information to do that. And it kind of ticks me off because lately I've been going, like, I'm really angry lately about not knowing where I came from, knowing that I'm pretty much more than likely created. But, I don't know if you want to just speak for a little bit on that.
So you weren't created from the muds of like the orcs in the Lord of the Rings? I always thought you were created like an orc from Lord of the Rings.
Well, I thought right now I was trying to be serious and I'd like an answer.
Well, what was your question?
Oh my God. Okay, so you're all happy-go-lucky right now, right? You're like, just trust in God, And
Yep.
I'm saying to you, how do you know to trust him?
Oh, when he
Like,
puts you
sure.
through the pain. Yeah.
What?
When he puts you through hell, or the times you go through hell and the pain you feel, and you're like, well, what, how do you trust God when you go through when you go through hell?
Yeah, and then I'm at the point is like, I can't take any more bad. Like, my shoulder drives the shit out of me, okay? And I'm at the point
Well, check it out,
like,
man.
What?
Well, check it out. I got an answer for you.
Okay.
I heard a guy say today, and I believe this too. Well, the guy described it as he was complaining to his sponsor that some shit was happening to him, and it involved another party. And his sponsor pointed out, well, look at how good it is for them. And I said that to say this. Bad shit happens in life. It doesn't happen to us. It just happens. and good shit also happens. It's just a roll of the dice, and we have
Oh,
a little rudder
yeah,
to navigate, but you know,
right. And
nothing to get worked up
my
over.
no, it is something to get worked out of, because when you can hardly much take it, perhaps you have not been taken to the level. Hell, I get you went through a lot, but I mean, I'm consistently feeling real bad. And what I'm saying is, I don't care what is promised of good. It is worth no more bad. I cannot take any more bad. And I'm afraid, like, I don't know what your belief in God. I asked you before, but I was too drunk to. I think we got off on another tangent. But even heaven, I think possibly might get old, and then you might have to go back to the old, or possibly maybe you just had to go through the bad and then you can go to heaven. But I think it can get old there too. And my thing is, I don't want to trust in God if I have to put in bad. Like, if we're going to enrich our souls forever, and it takes, like a millennia or whatever, or an eternity, I don't know what, but I don't want to do any bad because I don't feel it's worth the good. That's my problem. And for you to trust in God, I don't know if I completely agree with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, another way to look at it for me is I have woken up to the fact that I control very little in the world. I'm just in it.
Yeah. And okay, let me jump in with that. I'm not blaming God. I'm not blaming the devil. I may have said this last time. I blame consciousness. Like, if, like what I'm saying, like heaven, there has to be, you can't just have good all the time.
Hey,
You have to have
Evan.
bad. So, like, I don't blame that. I am in here at the mercy of God, okay, in the realm that is not perfect. I'm not arguing that what you just said,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I'm
yeah. I
also
hear what you're
saying I
saying,
don't.
man. I hear you. I hear you.
Okay, okay. And then that's where I don't like where I am right now, where it's like, okay, yeah, I get where you're coming from. Yeah, it'll probably work out better if you know, you don't have to learn hard lessons, whatever, and you
Well, it's
kind of
working
follow
out.
in the name of
It's
things.
working out for me is is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
I
you know
wanted to
what? A
share that.
lot of the time currently, you were struggling too, and you acknowledge that life is hard. So, sure, you might have a little bit of a part here where you're doing good, but guess what?
This too shall
You might
pass. I
have to.
say that all the time.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, I would rather have,
The
you
good
know,
times will
I,
pass, but
what?
this too shall pass applies right now on this cloud nine phase of my life. I feel good. I feel great for a week. It's only been a week, but it's so pure. Like I can feel it's different and shit. But this too shall pass too. And and maybe another bad time, good times, bad times. I've
Yeah,
had
I
my
know.
share.
Yep, I know that song. And I don't like that anymore. Like,
Led Zeppelin. You don't like Led Zeppelin, bro?
no, I don't like the bad that is probably inevitable, like you just said. And
Oh well,
I, I'm telling you, man, like,
that you could say, well, my opinion, that's just my opinion, and it's very minuscule in the universe. It's very minuscule. It's like it's
yeah,
nothing.
but your perspective of you feeling bad is very big in the universe for yourself. So, like, I get what you're trying to say right there, but I'm saying me, I I don't know what God can, I'm sure there's a whole lot of good that I can't even perceive or whatever. I don't even know the word. But, like, all I know is I would.
Antonio's getting all my jokes tonight. I like it.
Well, I'm not in a laughing matter because I believe. I mean, dude, I'm in a bad mood right now. I mean, shit. I mean, I really feel like I'm gonna go on a run with not drinking. You wouldn't believe what I did last. I took a. I would have never done this.
I'm
I
just
took a
happy you're not
stimulant.
drunk right now, man.
Well, I haven't been for a day, and I've been. My body. I'm getting the chills. Like, or the chills.
Good
but
for you. You
I took
haven't been in a
damn-
day.
I wouldn't have. Never
Fucking
mind. I
A.
was gonna say.
24 fucking hours, dude, is rough.
No, I'm fine. I don't withdraw for. I mean, the thing is, man, what I just if you're down to ride with God, if you trust in Him, and He is more than likely gonna take you down a very rocky path. And when you're in the moment of, let's say, getting burned or COPD or cancer, and you feel like shit, I would rather have nothing, even though I can't completely, comprehend the good, but I don't want to pay. If I have to pay for the good, I don't want to. If I have to pay for it with bad, I don't want to. And that's what
Yeah.
it's my problem. And that's what
Well,
the
what I
third
was
step
saying
you have
is,
to-
what I was saying is exactly that. What we want is damn near nothing compared to the universe and its happenings. What we want is very minuscule. And when I recognize that, my little opinion and what I want and what I'm throwing a tantrum over is so microscopically nano compared to the universe and all of
say
its.
that when you're getting burned. Say that when you're getting burned alive, that it's minuscule.
Oh, bro, I'm human.
That
I go through life every day. I'd be yelling at inanimate objects if they don't
So why
behave.
would you say it was minuscule if in the moment you're getting burned, flaked, going out of your brain? How is that minuscule?
That's why I love that protester that lit himself on fire, that Shaolin monk guy
That
protester.
dude was probably already dead.
Bro, his principles stood higher than his physical fucking like being. He was just like, fuck my physical being. My principle will stand forever. That shit was so gangster, bro. He lit himself on fire. And then just,
That's what you believe. I don't. You don't know if he did. I mean,
yeah, I
if
actually,
he was able to do that, well, it's pretty intense. But I mean, I don't know. Bottom line, whatever. Good. I mean, and here's the other thing. Like, I think of, okay, if we go to, the common thing they say, oh, heaven. But like, I feel like, just like the angels, you have to have purpose, just like you're getting your little job. Not little, but like, and I'm happy for you. I'm sure you're going to feel
I know
good
you are,
from
buddy.
that,
I
like,
know you are.
but like the feel is like that what you're doing is a purpose to make you feel good. And do you need a purpose for the rest of your life? Like the angels, like they have a job to do. You're not just going to be hanging out and it's like, I don't want to maybe do all that, maybe I don't know if I do or not, but like, and then I think, some of the people's life past God's plan might be to continue on that path of drinking and going through the hell. And then what purpose would you have to tell them elsewise? Like, I don't know, man. I'll leave it about there, man. I just
All right, brother.
hope
Yeah,
that
your mind's going a mile a minute. Give it to God and you don't have to go a mile a minute. You just
yeah,
like,
but that is a problem because I feel
just
if I
simply
did give
saying,
it to him,
just
I would be
simply
a sucker,
saying,
maybe just like you, possibly. Not for sure, but that's why I can't just give it to him like you just said.
well, maybe not give it to him, but like just be like, well, I've done all I can and I can go to sleep now. That's what I do. But yeah, let me get going, man. It's good talking to you, and I'm glad to hear you're sober for 24 hours. And dude, that's fucking phenomenal, bro.
Yeah, well, guess what? I was drinking and I would have never done this because I don't trust the chemistry. I haven't done it for like 20 years, but I took a tab of acid after I was really drunk and I would have never done that. And then, I've been, I'm tired of like going all around all fucking psycho. I can't believe I'm not in trouble,
So
doing,
so you took a tab of acid, and now you're sober. Would be one way.
yeah, doing days isn't hard. It's hard after like, a week or two when you get pulled back to wanting to do it. But I mean,
Psychedelics have research-based evidence suggesting, addiction treatment. psychedelics.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna probably try to. I want to try to find some mushrooms because I would have much rather done them. But they were like, "Oh, they hurt my stomach. This is good." And I'm like, "Okay."
Well, you
But I
gotta,
mean,
you
I can't
gotta,
believe I
you
would have
gotta
done
heat,
that.
you gotta have them in coffee, bro. You gotta grind them up into coffee, and the citric acid and the heat cooks them because our stomachs aren't built to handle raw mushrooms, any raw mushrooms.
Well, that's just what they said. I actually like the taste of them, and they never hurt my stomach. But I don't know. Anyway, man. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, but then you took mushrooms before, then you relapsed. So it might not be like the complete answer, but I
Relapse
don't
is
know.
complicated. The disease is
See,
complicated.
I just want. See, I get it. Where we, in
I don't know
order
what the
for some
crown
things to
means, Lynn.
happen,
Well, dude, I
we
gotta get
can't
back
like
to my
eat.
stream because
All right, never mind, man. I thank you though, bro. I don't know. All right, have a good one.
yeah. Good night,
I'm gonna.
Ryan. It's good to hear from you. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye, man. Bye.
All right, later. Cool. Ryan sounds coherent. That was stupid of me to say. I mean, like, he sounded better in ways that I've ever heard him. I'm glad to psychedelics. Well, addicts don't really like psychedelics. You know what I mean? We take them, whatever, but they don't like them for a reason because there's a lot of stuff that goes on during a psychedelic experience, and not all of it is fun, like Xanax or cocaine. But it's interesting how the first time we talked to Ryan when he hasn't been drinking is right after an LSD trip. It's just interesting. I'm not saying go do acid if you're an alcoholic. That's not what I'm saying, although that's what Bill wanted to do, and although he did it, and although I've done it. Actually, I haven't taken acid in a long, long time, probably over a decade. Right on. See, that's an example, Lynn. A lot of people, including addicts, psychedelics are wild. They are wild. That's my best description of psychedelics. Wild. Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm happy to hear it takes what it takes, whatever it takes. Journeys are different. Ryan's journey is different than mine. Mine's different than yours, and but they do have similarities, and we do that damn thing until we're doing some damn things, and then the damn things are getting done. All right, y'all. I will see you Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time with Addiction Recovery live stream podcast right here on this channel, Sober James. Thumbs up, subscribe, share it, flip it up and down, and I'll see you then. Until then, keep it clean, keep it real, and keep doing this damn thing. All right, peace.